Hello, I am Damien, and I am Gamien, and it's Romancing Saga one more time. Hopefully one more time. Should be the last Romancing Saga that we do. Should be the finale, finally. When last we left off, I did various things. What things? Bold of you to think I can remember. We got our final party member. She is in existence. That was a thing we did. We what were we in the middle of doing before we got her? I don't remember. We also got another gem. We got pretty much all the fate stones. I'd have to actually do a checklist of that to actually verify if we have all of them. There are 10. Oh, there are 10 in total. I remember that. I remember that number, so we can find out via that. But yeah, we were getting fate stones and things, and finally we hit the top ER of 22, and therefore a frozen fairy was like, "I would like you to give my hair to the water," and we're like, "Well, okay, why not?" So we did that, and then Frosthold Fortress melted, and we got access to it, and it was big and scary and confusing, but we managed to find our way to the bottom of it, and there we found Frele. And we fought her, and she was surprisingly easy, all things considered. And then we got her to join our party. It was really scary. We had 4 party members for that dungeon. It was a hard dungeon. And then we left. And then the final personal Bob of Saduin came at us. And he was all like, "Give me the Fate Stone or be destroyed." So we killed him. And then we did some more things, kind of wandering around and just grinding and stuff. And then I did a lot more grinding the next day, off camera, and all that fun stuff. Not streaming it. Thank you. And so yeah, we're gonna jump right back in. Where are we? There we are. That's my save. We've been at it 50 hours. But you see, what I decided to do is we needed to start at the most appropriate location. Welcome to Pirate Coast. Or as we like to say. There we go. Yep. Oretacha Kaizoku. Unfortunately, Terith/Sephra is not here. The entire point of me doing this was for him to be here, so he could go insane immediately. And then it was like, nope, because of his job and everything. It's fine, though. He can come back to it later, maybe, if he wants to. Anyway, you will notice that our numbers are quite a bit higher. Like I said, I did grinding. We actually, look at that. Captain Silver is actually above 600 HP. It's amazing. Oh, but more importantly, yes, my numbers are higher. Thank you for noticing. We got many other things. And so just as a quick rundown, we have handed the Obsidian Sword to Alessi, not for Alessi to use it for any actual usable purposes, because she has no skills in two-handed swords. But numbers don't bother there. A thing I learned by reading about it, not through here, is that the Obsidian Sword increases / blunt projectile. It just increases these defenses and things, on top of giving a bonus to strength and stuff. So, yep, no skill there. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. We got a lot of new techniques as well. We also gained this field plate because. With Miriam, again, no real changes at all, honestly, because she's a spellcaster. So, I mean, beyond, we finally switched her over to a Battle Mage armor. Basically, we've actually weakened her intellect and wisdom in hopes that maybe she will die a little bit less. Because she is very squishy. She has also been turned back into a sorcerer. Because classes are weird in this game. At first I had turned her back into a wizard because I realized, oh, things aren't quite as I thought they were. And then it turned out, no, it's actually better for her to be a sorcerer because I would have potentially cost life points to do things like Trimmer at that point. Well, I'm glad it has. Actually, I can see that, considering a lot of the character models and everything have that same kind of... It's a little bit more chibi than Tales, than the Tales games. At least some of them. But yeah. Yeah. With Gualaha here, we have given him new weapons. He now has a scimitar. It is strong. It is Q. He has the Scorpion. It is strong. It is Q. It's a polearm. And the font True. I haven't seen enough Tales of games to really have paid attention to the font. We also happened to find the Crane Princess, which is indeed better than our Falcata +5. Basically, what we did is we got different weapons for certain reasons, and this one we just happened to find in a chest. And I leveled up as many things as I could before I ran out of time. I had to get to bed for work. So, we got now the Morglaive now +1, the Great Axe is a +1, Ogre's Eye is a +1. We have a Great Axe instead of the Grell Axe we were using. I am a Crane Princess, thank you. Yeah, not a lot of interesting changes there. We have a Defender over here, a Halberd and a Rapier, and the Sword of Earth for no reason other than just to poke with and try to gain Rapier things. Anyway, another change right there was you might notice if you remember, we spent the end of last time. Now that I remember, we spent the end of last time spending a lot of jewels on legendary classes that you will see I don't have anymore. Because it turns out that they aren't actually all that great, despite being called legendary. Like their ability is strong, but it is not necessarily like, oh yeah, this is the ultimate class kind of strong. So we instead picked, we basically kept people to what they were because the martial artist ability of improved surges and reverses is better. Well, we did spend the jewels, but I reloaded a save file that I had. So then we spent the jewels on leveling up these classes that we actually are staying now. So everyone's level 3 in their class. Unless he's also still a cleric, because it's not a bad one. Especially considering I'm using martial arts there. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything in this. Yes, rip all the save files. That's pretty much everything going on there. I will show you guys the weapons. We got a bunch of new techniques as well. Yeah, that's just how the game works. But we are going to go ahead and make our way out and get going, because I've wasted a bunch of time already trying to poorly explain what changes you might see there, when realistically none of it matters. Yes. Like Strong Bad? Where was the home stuff? I have forgotten. Yeah, I think it's not. Yeah. Strong Bad and Marzipan. Totally making out. Yeah, I don't think I have anything left to do except for the curiosity of okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because of the obsidian sword, 7, 8, 9. So we seem to maybe be missing 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're missing 1 Fate Stone. Oh well, whatever. Which Fate Stone is it? I had a quick way of... Actually, I guess I probably do through the wiki. Where is the wiki? Did I close the wiki? Oh my god, I actually closed the wiki. No, wait, no, there it is. Fate Stones. We have the ruby, we have the aquamarine, we have the opal, we have the topaz, we have the amethyst, we have the emerald. We have the black diamond, we have... Oh, okay, yeah, we're missing the diamond in and of itself. Just the regular diamond. Because it was that quest, that unlucky woman quest. Alrighty. We are going to the dry lands, because that is where the Trials of Allure are. Allure, not Allure. The place where Allure, father of all gods, ordered Mirsa to meet his last and greatest challenge. Well, I'm not Mirsa per se, but close enough. Oh man, you're gonna send me through the isthmus. Fine. Yeah, normally we remove so loudly. Okay. All we did was spend points, so I'm not too worried about recovering them. There we go, at the steps of Galessa, where you forced me to stop to remember where it is we need to go. Which I believe the answer is top left. I should, yeah. Dang it, bird. Okay, fine. I guess we're fighting you, bastard. Alrighty, so first off, like I said, we have a lot of new abilities, such as Jackhammer, Silent Assassin, Flash Flood. Silent Assassin's fun, though. And over here, it doesn't really matter because they're all flying, so great. Alrighty, so now we get to look at new weapons, just to show you guys. So here is the Crane Princess. Yeah. Look at that. Fancy katana. I really like that one. And then we have the Falcata plus 5. It looks exactly the same as the Falcata plus 4, which looked exactly the same as the Falcata plus 3. The Drachenbrand. A scimitar. Which is basically, it's a one-handed weapon, which is nice. Because it allows me to actually use a shield. Voila. You got Jackal Blade. But most importantly here is the Scorpion, which is indicated, it's called the Scorpion, as the description would tell you. It's called the Scorpion because of a spearhead that looks akin to a scorpion tail. Yeah, that's a Scorpion. I hate it. It is a gigantic bloody syringe with steampunk options. That or a scope. Anyway. so let's show off a new ability. Which one would you... I guess Jackal Blade, sure, why not? Ogre's Eye, we've seen before, that it didn't change. It's still a thick katana cleaver thing with an Oni mask on it. Ogre's Cleaver, same as before. It's made out of, steel fluorine. The Moorglade, same as before. The coolest looking greatsword. And the Great Axe, that chunky friend. Man, that everything still costs so much, even in this form. I will have to keep that in mind. Anyway, what new thing do I have with you? Not a lot. We actually have mostly the same abilities as before. The impact might cost stuff, so I don't want to use that right now. Unless we can use it with this one, because I don't care. It will cost something, but that's fine. I don't care. And now we have a halberd. It's a halberd. You can't, because of how it gets held, you just can't really actually see that one. And the rapier, which is same as it always has been. And the defender. It's kind of neat. A little weird. And the Sword of Earth still. Let's see. We have... still costs 1. Sadness. I am noticing, and I'm concerned a little bit. I might swap down real quick. We might actually leave and shift things around. Because the hope was that the material everything is built with right now is called a tree crystal, and it gives a pretty powerful boost to the DP reduction. But things are still costing a bunch, so 10 DP is kind of really low on all of my equipment. So we might turn around, and we're going to turn around and put Verney on there instead, I think. But I can show you a triple star then, because it won't matter if we lose a little bit. You were countered. Hey! And Silent Assassin can potentially insta-kill. We don't have a lot of money. we spend all of it on doing all these things. Red damage means that it will definitely cost a durability point to use. Green damage means it might cost a durability point to use. So if something is a green one, you may get by without spending any durability points at all, or you may pay a durability point. Oh, in that case, the negative, or that red damage is the life points of the enemy. It basically means I have killed that enemy. Typically speaking, you will see that just when you flat out kill the enemy for knocking their HP to 0, but occasionally you will do it in general, usually thanks to an ability that specifically says that you get that. You're able to do that. Like the Silent Assassin will sometimes just instantly kill an enemy, and you'll see even if you don't do full HP of damage, you will still drop them. Okay, so yeah, everything has a tree crystal, but the thing with the Verney is we have slightly worse DP modification, but much better DP. So yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and see what we can do about making everything back into that.
How can I help you?
Alright, the Scorpion I still have set to Steel Thread because why not? Crane we swap to the Verney. Falcata is still Meteoric Iron, Morglay into... We don't have the money. We're not going to have the money for all this.
Looking for something? I
hadn't considered this indication. Okay, we're not using the Blue Elf, so we can get rid of that. We aren't using Strom's Ring anymore, so we can get rid of that too. Get Get rid of these extra tree crystals because we're not going to need to worry about them anymore. I did.
How can I help you?
And I'll try to remember to show off some things about these weapons that we don't actually use. Okay. Vernie, meteoric iron, Vernie, tree crystal, swap to Vernie. Tree crystal, swap to Vernie. Can't change that one. Tree crystal, swap to Vernie. Another swap to Vernie. Swap to Vernie. Okay. Man, I don't even keep. I'm pretty sure I don't even keep the.
Will you be staying with us tonight?
I'm pretty certain I don't even keep the blue elf on Miss Artham, because isn't like her accessory that she's mandatory. It's mandated she has to keep. Okay, now back to the drylands. Let's do the stupid thing we're trying to do. Okay, and now in this case, screw you birds, I'm lurking. I guess the question is it this one? I'm pretty sure this one's the desert itself. Well, whatever, we gotta check them all because I don't remember. Oh no! Doggos are a little easier to dodge than birds. Yeah, because the leftmost is the entrance to whatchamacallit. This is the way into the desert, isn't it? No, that's the world map again. I am now confused. Isn't that fun? I wonder if it's actually the southmost one, and I'm just dumb. We're doing this the longest way we can. So this one's the desert. So that was world map. This is desert. Yeah. So I guess we actually wanted to go very, very south. There's a very high chance that where we're going to end up trying to go is actually a dungeon and not just what I think it is, which is going to bother me. But hey, everything costs, you know, a lot of time. Why wouldn't it? Pretty sure all these things hunt by eyes, so there's no worry about lurk. Okay, is that an altar or is that a village? That's a village. So it's literally the last one that I thought it definitely couldn't have been. Okay. Welcome to that kind of fun right now, and you know things. Oh dear, bird. You're not gonna get me this time, bird. There we go. Looks like we made it. Hello, yes, I'd like fun.
Atop these stairs awaits your final challenge, a test of your power. You will either succeed or die trying.
I'm sorry, but aren't you the Bard's voice?
Knowing this, do you choose to ascend?
Insert Stairway to Heaven joke here. God damn it, I saw that mob in the background. So yeah, this is the Trials of Allure. And the whole gimmick here is there are 12 bosses we have to fight. Sure, bring it on. King of Beastmen, the Ogre Champion. Which one is he? He's an easy one. So, we get to show off more things. Sorta. Everything is weaker than Triple Dragon, though, is the thing. In this case, I think I will, just in case, be, hey, like, hey, Miriam, have an Aegis. We can't use Insight, our most powerful ability. So I think we're going to use a wasted turn of swords doing a double vertical. Because then it will be better in the end. As for you, your most powerful weapon's right there. We don't really need to worry about it being most powerful. Yeah, we'll do the V-Impact right here. So we can show that one off. And how about you pull out your... Blood Rage is a fun ability. Yeah. We'll use Blood Rage. Oh. On the next turn, I will show you what I meant about the Alessi's weapons that I already forgot again. That was a very large storm you brought. That is another large storm that you brought. Alrighty. So, Alessi's weapons that we don't use. I like the Amberjack, because this is what it looks like. Not that you can see it very well, but if you look closely, it's a gigantic lollipop made of amber with a living butterfly inside of it. It's in amber, so there should not be a butterfly flapping its wings, and yet here we are. Oh. And now, the thing I learned about the Obsidian Sword that I never realized, and it makes sense, though. So, of course, there's the Obsidian Sword. You know, all looking cool and, Buster Swordy. Unless you want to use it in defense mode. Well, why do we have thrust? In defense mode, the Obsidian Sword becomes a rapier. So it uses the rapier skill, and you learn rapier techniques with it. Sorry, foil skill. And in trick mode, it becomes a scimitar. Made out of, like, you can't see it very well because unfortunately we can't turn the camera around or anything, but it's made out of a Tetris piece pretty much. Oh, but anyway, Alessi, does martial arts, so. How about you go ahead and pull out your Moonbeam for Gualaha. Gualaha is now able to use Insight was that 10 we had right there? Switchback? Yeah, let's use switchback. You can't use it with that one, but you should be able to with the defender. Also, use insight. They're not doing a very good job at hitting Miriam. And there goes the Overlord. Or whatever his name was. Intellect up. That's all we got. Easy fight. Because he is the easiest of the fights. Ore tacha kaizoku. Ore tacha kaizoku. I see you, Blob. We can't lurk away from a blob anyway. Give me my treasure. If there's actually a trap here, I'm gonna be mad.
Well.
There we go, there's a map. So we need to go left and or right. I don't know. If it comes down to that, we will find out. Yeah, okay. And who are you? You're a big old... The Invincible Giant. Frozen Corpse. So you sound undead. Triple Dragon. Sunray. Crosscut. Crosscut. Insight. Insight check. Ow. I'd also say ow, but you missed. Okay, so Wellaha got hit. Noted. Yeah, you do the heal there. Swap over here to give Wellaha a shield. Wellaha. Crosscut. Ew. Why don't we go ahead and do a nice fancy switchback again? And since you can't do that one, crosscut. Okay, and Alessi her compassion has gone high enough that we have Angelfish instead now. That is not a bomb, that's an explosive rock. Okay, crosscut is indeed the more powerful option with those, so okay. No one's really that badly hurt, so we're gonna go ahead and do Triple Dragon, Sunray, crosscut. 33, okay, 37. You're still the stronger one there, and therefore crosscut. Crosscut. That was a rock. Also a rock. A third rock. Damn it, Aegis, why didn't you go off? Okay, Wellaha could use a heal. Boop. Boop. No, between the two of you, you are not as good for the damage as Wellaha right now. Another bomb!
Oh, had enough already?
We did it! Do we get another treasure? Yes! I mean, it was a lot of grinding, which I did. So I'm glad it is so far paying off on these easy enemies. Well, what is the Metis Manifer? The Metis Manifer is, blessed by an ancient god of giants, grants the wearer increased intellect. And strength. And offers resistance to terrology? No, petrification. Q, that thing we haven't seen in this game. Me, tis Manifer. You have the Moonstone. What is that doing for us? Just a +1 to everything. And a nullification to necromancy, right? It would be better for you there, or we can give it to someone to increase their strength. We got a lot of defense going on, though. So, I mean, we could get rid of your nymph bracelets. What does that do for you? Why do I have that on you? Increases compassion, so it lets you heal a little better, and charisma, so it does things I don't care about. Okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and give Gwelaha the Metis Manifer. He currently has +1 strength. Okay, so that was a +5 to strength and intellect. The intellect doesn't really do us much good. I mean, it would be great to boost their intellect even further. Yes, I am. Because I am powerful and strong. And have a crane princess on my side. Do I want to actually give that to Gwelaha? Miriam would generally benefit from it more. I've changed my mind again. Put back on the nymph bangle. There. Now watch as I ruin myself with necromancy. I don't even know what necromancy is. Like, I'm pretty sure racking is, and that's not ever been detrimental to us, really. You want to get out of the way, Blob? It's kind of a choke point that you're in right now, so, yeah. Come on, there you go. Thank you. Oh, 2 of them. You fools. Oh, hello, Clawbug. You look like someone I should kill. A trial is at hand. Of course we're going to bring it on. Armored Demon, Grendel. True about necromancy. On the off chance that maybe that'll actually do a thing for us. Pulverize time, I guess it will pulver. Eyes, pulverize time, I guess it will pulver. Eyes, pulverize time, I guess it will pulver. Eyes. Pulverize, we are pulverizing things. I'm giving a little burp. We have so many abilities that we could do that are strong and cool, but it is our most powerful weapon. You know what? Yeah, let's give you an upper smash. It's going to cost a lot of DP, but that's fine. Insight! Hell yes. That was not as good as just straight up insight, I'm pretty sure. Rude. Okay. Triple Dragon. Moonbeam. Insight. Can't use Gust Blade with that one, but we can with the so there we go, yeah. slash. Alrighty, healing water on Captain Silver, and that's the one who really needs healing right now, and therefore pulverize. Gualaha. You know, it was 7. We could totally do a roundabout. But no. Let's instead spend less and slowly gain things up. Sorry, I'm pondering. That's not good. That wasn't that great. Your rampage is weak and you should feel weak. With 9, we can't do Divine Lancer yet. That requires another 3. Now we're just going to do a straight thrust with the halberd, because that's actually our strongest weapon. Dang it, you're supposed to deflect that. Supposed to deflect that as well. That's why you're a castle knight. I'm trying, but it's being dumb. You go with a fight technique? Okay, charging slash it is then. Another cross break. And you're now at 12, so therefore Divine Lancer. Oh, it's dead. Okay. We did it. That's the fight technique. You charge this a slash. Oh god, transfer me. I see you, giant turtle dragon. It does make sense though that they have every encounter in here is one of these blob guys, because you can't lurk from them, nor can you move silently around them. Yes, I will fight the turtle with banana claws on its back. Earth Tortoise, Zaratan. Hi. You know what I bet you'd like? You would like it if I... You're really big, so this isn't the most powerful technique I can do, but I really wanna. am I doing? We got an Ogre's Eye, yeah, Gust Blade. Start off with a Divine Lancer because we didn't get to see it. Rude. Ooh. That's new. It could be, yeah. Maybe. Anyway. No one's really in danger yet, so Shimmer Strike. You can't do another Aegis at the moment, but soon. Right, we did that, so you can do an Insight. You can get another Gust Blade off. And you yourself cannot do an Insight because you've already spent your time doing things with the Rapier, or the Halberd. So, how about a Blood Rage? Actually, yeah, and Sentience. Ah, I hit with my own rocks. Deflected. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, that's not really as strong as Triple Dragon, though. Alright, I guess we can have, no, we'll have Gwalaha do it. Not quite there. Gwalaha. Heal. Okay, yeah, still better to use Pulverize. There's a scoop throw. Also weak. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do some really triangle kick, I guess. That's a slightly more concerning ability. Alrighty. silver, Gwalaha. Put some Moonbeam yourself just in case. There we go, Captain Silver. Captain Silver, you go ahead and just cut timber again. While you can use a Divine Lancer. Deflected. There we go. Alrighty. So, there's the exit down there, which means I guess we want to go fight. I mean, theoretically, you could technically avoid bosses, but you have to beat them all to actually complete the whole thing. So let's fight a watermelon. World Tree, or Minstrel.
Fight!
Alrighty, Shimmer Strike, because you very likely do have, you very likely do actually have magic that you use. Yeah. Deadly Spin. Gust Blade. Insight. I totally should. What we're doing right now, that's what the Deadly Spin's for. Interesting. Shimmer Strike. Pulverize again, because I'm not sure exactly what anti-magic actually do. So the only way to find out is to test it, you know? Okay, it is indeed a shield versus magic. Shimmer Strike again. Oh, Miriam, you're kind of on healing duty, I guess. Aim to thrust to 7. Filled up towards insight.
Heads up, everyone.
You fool. Shimmer Strike, Flame of Life. Gust Blade's good enough. Gust Blade. Turns that around. Oh no, you're trying to petrify everyone. Oh, that might be a problem. Okay, no petrification that I can tell. Okay, nobody got petrified. Good. But that was quite a concern. Healing water on yourself. Moonbeam on yourself. Healing water on yourself. Pull out the axe, cut some timber. Excel with high special effects budget. Yeah. And fish. Fish that heal you. You're doing that thing again, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Well, I can't have you continuing to try to do that to me, so, it's not going to do anything, so we'll just go to the Shimmer Kick again. Flame of Life. I don't know who has it on anymore, so Miriam, you have it. Stop using earth magic. See, now you're dead. And I stole your intellect. More importantly, I get whatever treasure's behind you. And I just realized I'm pretty sure that the sound of that chest appearing was more or less the same sound as the sphere grid sounds in Final Fantasy X. Like when you unlock a sphere. A bow! The Bow of Eris. Yeah, a thing we never use. That's a powerful bow. Bow blessed by Eris, goddess of the moon. What else does it do besides bow things? Eris's... No, not the bow. Eris's bow. It can use the Dream Shot technique. No stat gains, though. Okay. How dare you! Okay, well, we continue. And we're going to have to fight a giant fish. Oh god, there's a dinosaur behind him. Hello, fish. I will begin the trial. I'll fish. Jasconi. Triple Durgan. Aegis yourself. Deadly Spin. Deathblade. Insight. Rude. Triple Dragon. Yeah, all that should be fine on a fish. Spinning water on Alessi. Gust Blade a second time. Blood Rage. How dare you, Chomper? That was a good, healthy chunk of damage. As was that. Dun 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 dun. That's new and that hurt, and Gwelaha's dead. Okay, well. Heal up Gwelaha. Aegis on Freely. Resonance Edge. LPs are the life points of a character. Like most monsters just have the one LP. For a character, the LP is, they have, it's just when their LP reaches 0, they're dead for good, instead of just incapacitated. Okay, let's see, let's have you do something else instead. Like, hey, that thing I always forget that I have. Correct, yeah. And some of my most bestest, coolest characters have so few life points. Anything that costs 2. We don't have anything that costs 2. That's fine, just double vertical then. They can, but only through sleeping at an inn. You fool. You fool. You fool. Better to hold out for Insider Gale Slash, so I'm actually just going to do a hit of nothing. You missed.
Let's get this party started.
Ooh. Powerful combo. And there we go, he's dead. Ooh, BP up, awesome. Would like that more for Freyle, because if we could get her BP regeneration up, that'd be cool. Because 4 is a nice, healthy number to have for regeneration. 3 is a little low. Avoid you. You'll give up soon. Avoid you. Time to take care of Dinosaur Man. A trial is at hand. Of course I'll begin. Of course I'll begin. Bring it on. Plains Lord. Dinosaur.
Never seen these before.
Na 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 na. Yes, please. Rude.
Let's do this.
Powerful. Oh god, he can be stunned. That is super good to know. Paralysis isn't what I want. I wanted stun. What was the other one that lowered strength? Oh, sometimes stuns. Na 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 na. There's the stun. There's another stun. He's dead. So that's what, 6 bosses killed now? Or is it just 5? Trials at hand. Begin. Bring it on. Beast of Destruction. Chonky Boy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and tell you to submit. I don't want to do that yet. I'd like to just power up my power more than that. I changed my mind. Weapon blessings on Captain Silver. recall if I've done Shimmering Blade yet. So Shimmering Slash. Not very strong with things, but they got high defense. Rude. Also rude. 3 times rude, but you're a fool. Delightful. No, don't combo with yourself. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Yeah. That was super painful. It happens. Yeah, I'm very glad it wasn't Silver or Freyle either. No! At least it's only a 2 combo, but still, fucking hell. And one got blocked as well. A very good expenditure. That's fine, that was terrible. Okay, so I've casted Anguilla and I think Freyle, so Captain Silver, you're next. One off from inside, that's fine. We will instead do a Gust Blade. Sometimes decreases vitality. That would be useful. Okay, so you can go ahead and heal Captain Silver. Pulverize turn. Charging slash to finish the battle. Vertical smash to finish the battle. Grasshopper could do nothing. I can't believe the battle wasn't finished. Let's see, heal yourself. Let's see, heal yourself. We still need 3, so you defend. Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher. Actually, crosscut. You can be stunned, it's just not likely. Good to know. Aegis on Alessi. Ow. Alrighty, let's see, get back to doing the healy thing. Gwalaha. You go ahead and do a heal on yourself. Gwalaha, you heal Frele. Captain Silver, you can do a leaf shaker. Not really worth it when I could just wait one more turn and do a gust slash. And with you, you can now do a Divine Lancer. Is that actually worthwhile to do, though? I don't know. I mean, a little bit, kind of. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to remember what kind of damage I did with everything. It's fine. There we go, he's dead. BP up again on Miriam only. Okay. Not complaining that hard because that's just more Aegises we can cast. Now we could totally just go to the next area, but that won't do us much good because I'm pretty sure there's a boss and a treasure down lower. At least one boss, probably more. A lot of these blob friends to get past. That's another choke point blob friend. You look like a giant jester kitty, and that terrifies me. Bring it on. Spirit Beast, Amulamat. Oh, I am terrified of this fight. Let me just take a quick look. I know there's one boss people often have trouble with. Oh, look at that. Oh, a Molamut. seems to give the boss that gives most trouble to people. Ah, he's got 14,000 HP. Well, okay, here we go. Doing the things we've been doing seems to be helping, though, so, what am I doing? I'm looking for... Yeah, Bone Crusher, that's what it was. Gust Blade, Gust Blade, Gust Blade, Gust Blade. No, don't cast a spell. Starry defenses, huh? Dum 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 dum. No, stop. Okay, that one's fine to cast. That's the shield from the Starlight. Hello, welcome. Damn. Damn, you gigantic, adorable kitty. Alrighty, that is everyone with weapons doing their weapony things. So healing water on Miriam. Double strike's not what we want. Double vertical. Gust Blade. Gust Hop. He reset his shield, or no, I think he's not now that he has 2 stars. Okay. Purple Bergen. Defend. Another double vertical. Actually, we only need to save 1, so we can. Do we have something that costs 3? We can use good timing. Dragon again. Aegis on yourself. That was a spell. stupid fast kitty. Stop being so fast. Alright, we need 3, which means we can spend 2. No, we can spend 1. Now he has 3 stars. Great.
Heads up, everyone.
Ah, the pillar. Sadowin will be pleased. I wish I was joking, because I keep using the pillar. But yeah, that getting that vortex increases the favor of Sadowin, which is dumb. Boop. Yeah, every vortex increases the favor of a particular god. It's just the pillar is Sadowin's. Up. You've spent your stars. Come on, get inside. Why did you miss? Alrighty, Miriam, or Freyla, I mean, definitely needs a heal. Not quite as concerned with others. I believe Guelaha is the one who needs a shield now. If I'm not that concerned, I am still concerned enough. Nothing that costs 2. Your lowest is 3. Good to remember. Which I'm not going to remember. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Okay, heal Captain Silver. You can, pretty sure you can just start pulverizing continually. Fairly really doesn't need anything, unless he could be a topped off, but why not focus instead on failing to hit things. Damn shield. There, we're good. Goddamn Star Shield. Okay, it can miss. That's my biggest curiosity with that one. With 10, you can attempt a Gust Blade. Well, that was rude. Okay, well, in that case, Alessi. Holy water. Wallaha. You don't have holy water, so you just continue to pulverize. You do have holy water, don't you? But you can't use it because... No, you don't have holy water. And you can't use it anyway, because you wouldn't have enough BP. 2 shields. So I scroll in the wrong direction yet again. Triple dragon. Pulverize. Holy water. Double vertical. Keep trying to bind us to Earth, and I don't even know what that spell does. We beat the kitty. I'm a little sad to do so. Give me your powerful treasure, friend.
Well.
A Mongoose! It's a long sword. The sword given to Here Mirsa by the gods. Wielding it with the left hand will display its true power. Give it to Jessica. I will. Get that D8 to parry. You're mostly using your halberd, so we will put it on you to see how it can do. Also, just to see what it looks like. As we continue through the trials. The trials of avoiding blobos. Bam! Next area. Alrighty. I'm not seeing a sparkle area at the end of this one, so this might be the end. This might be the last set. Last set of bosses. Oh, I'm not happy about that. Bring it on, you flying bastard. Ancient Dragon, Worm Founder. Oh god, Glider Spike, yep. Yep. Weapon Blessing on Captain Silver. Aegis on Miriam. Gust Blade. Gust Blade. Yeah, look at that. Look at all these things that cost life points now. Not as much as I thought it would, though. We still have some powerful things that don't. Left fork. Wield your sword in your left hand. Put your full weight behind your slash. That's not your left hand. Yeah, that's what the weapon looks like down there. A shiny rapier with a muffler. But we will use it to insight. Oh, good, Tempest. God Damn it! Alright, what are we looking at? We are looking at Frele and Gualaha got kind of hurt by that. Miriam, I mean, everyone got hurt to some degree, but not as bad as it could have been, except for the glider spike scare. Second Gust Blade. Also some blinding, true. They haven't been too terrible so far, just long. Ow. Just some of them have been quite lengthy, due to one reason or another. Okay, Captain Silver, you need some healing. Frele, have a Aegis. Top off Gualaha because you don't actually have the best defense. Double vertical so we can get another Gust Blade in. Grasshopper because it's not going to do any good. Ah. Understandable. God damn it, stop being the Tempesty. It's a lot of blind. Okay, so Miriam and Frele have Aegis. Get in water yourself. Defend, yeah. Healing, nope. Healing water on Miriam. Attempt to Gust Blade through your blindness. I'd like to say yes, but the reality is, well, yes, I will consider. It'll likely never happen, though, because I have a bajillion games to play, and I barely play anything when I'm not streaming them. I think we can slip through another Weapon Blessing. That's good to hear that it has a secret meme ending. It was fun in Frontier SaGa when we got that. Okay, so skip the Weapon Blessing because you'll heal Captain Silver. Another Aegis set up for, we got one on Miriam, we got one on Frele, I believe, so Captain Silver. Close to an insight, but we'll just stick with Gust Blade. Good deflection. Great job, Frele. Alright, you've not done anything that flying lizards haven't done a ton of otherwise. So I don't think we have to worry too hard about anything anymore. So let's go ahead and set that up there. You can get Sunray. Go with a charging slash, yeah. Yes, Blade. And nothing great for you to do because you've spent a lot of your BP. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, that's everyone's weapons blessed. Anyone really need healing? No. Alright, Alessi, let's get off a triple dragon. Sunray. Double vertical. Double vertical. Grasshopper. Good deflection again.
Let's finish this.
It's cute that you thought that might have finished it.
Yep.
Almost
that
did.
about does it.
Awesome gains. Good. HP is always good. Delightful. We've done it. I think there's a blob on my butt, so we'll keep moving. Okay. A little quick save. Now the giant demon guy is going to be more of a concern. Well, of course, bring it on. Demon Lord, Arostel. Alrighty, and we continue with the plan that's been working for the most part so far. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's not actually any worse than the regular enemy does. So far. Okay, that's not bad. I think that was his attack all gravity spell, which is probably coming. But for now, it's just punching us with gravity. Deflected. Hell yes. Ow. That one hurt. Also a little painful. Okay, so Miriam, Freely, and Captain Silver all have them, I believe, so let's give one to Leslie. Ooh, that sounds bad. Ow. Oh, there goes Leslie. I'm glad I did the double heal. Alrighty. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but we did still lose a life point, which is made of sad. But Leslie's got 10 more to spare. 9 more to spare, technically. Alrighty, next up. The Gold Dragon. Okay. Here it comes. Hi. Pretty sure we fought one of you before. But we snuck up on you for that one. Exactly. Victor's Blade is a sword to the heavens, intimidating your enemy into retreat. Neat. Anyway, insight check. Ow. Oh, fuck, that really hurt. Okay, healing water on Frele. Defend. Healing water on Gualaha. Gust Blade. Halberd Blood Rage. Good deflection. Not so good deflection because he didn't actually deflect. But you can't deflect with a halberd on your own when they're targeting you. That's just the sort of thing that happens. There's that. Okay. We Aegis to self. Aegis on Frele. Come on, be stunned. Good, strong double vertical. Right, 40 power. Glad I got that intellect down just before it. Okay, heal on Captain Silver. Defend. Heal on Alessi. You know what? Heal on Golaha. Actually, skip that. You will do your thing, your double vertical, because you have healing water, so you can do that just for Golaha. Ow. Okay, everyone's more or less healed up. Let's pull out a real quick weapon blessing on Frele. And an Aegis on. We've done it on Miriam, we've done it on Frele. I don't think we've done it on Captain Silver or anyone else yet, so on Alessi actually. Healing water on yourself. You can pulverize. Healing water on Captain Silver. Gust Blade. We got 10 set around. Goodness. everyone has finally been weapon blessed. There's the shield finally kicking in for something. Okay, not very good. Nope, Breath of Flame. Ow. Stop that. Oh, fuck yes. Captain Silver now knows Insight. Oh, don't like that. Thank God. Hey, we got the pure gold. These trials are not the worst things so far. I'm expecting myself to now eat those words. Nope, nope. We did it. We found God. Or at least his house. No, that might be God himself. I can't tell from here. But I do know. Let's sneak up on him.
Who are you? Really? You're not...
You're fucking kidding me.
I always knew that you would endure.
God damn it.
That's right. I am Allure, Lord of Light and Father of all gods.
It is indeed Kenshin.
Why don't you fight Saurine yourself? I assume you're much stronger than he is.
No, Alessi, he's a bard.
There was once a war among the gods. As a result, the world was dead for a time.
Didn't I comment
That is
in a
how
past
fierce the
session
fighting was.
that he looked kind of like God from Final
I
Fantasy
do not
Legend?
ever want that to happen again.
But what if I can't beat Saurine? Do you really want to pin all of your hopes on me?
Every person has the right to decide his or her own destiny.
Do you happen to still have that
You can
chainsaw
stand
that killed you,
idly by
maybe?
While Saurine revives, you can be beaten by him. Or you can destroy him once and for all. The choice is completely up to you.
Don't act like it's actually a choice.
The fact is, you know the outcome of this, right? That's why you can be so carefree about letting me decide.
Now that's some Alessi logic right there.
Not even the gods can see that far into the future. I had no way of anticipating just how much the strain of confinement would feed Saroween's hatred. Who could imagine that this would give birth to such foul creatures as Saroween's minions?
They really weren't that difficult, though.
I had no idea that the Fate Stones would throw the world into such turmoil. What has come to be is all my fault.
You gave the world Dragon Balls, of course it did.
Is that so? I guess I'll have to fight for both of us to see who wins. That's a hefty burden. But I've got no choice, do I? Don't be too disappointed if I don't win.
Just be prepared to pay.
I have a deep and abiding affection for this world and all that is in it. Therefore, I will not interfere. I will respect the fate it chooses for itself.
Bullshit, give me a weapon.
Saroween awaits beneath Isthmus Keep. You can reach his abode through the nearby caves. Did you collect all of the items here? If you are ready, I shall send you on your way.
No, I don't think I'm ready quite yet. I mean, you imply that there are more items here, unless you're talking about just the things I got before from beating all the bosses that I had to beat. Oh. Good old-fashioned invisible walls, okay. Well, whatever you're gonna do, I guess do it.
Saroween awaits beneath Isthmus Keep. You can reach his abode through the nearby caves.
Seriously, give me like a reverse blade katana
Did you
or something.
collect all of the items here? If you are ready, I shall send you on your way.
Yeah, get it over with. And there we have it. We are now here. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. No, that's not the one I want. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Wa-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da. Okay, so sorry, I was reading up on some things. So let's go back to Crystal City. Da, 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 da.
How can I help you?
Okay, that's all them repaired. How much can I sell these godly
Looking for
weapons
something?
for, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Oh, I can't. Bullshit. Actually, thinking about it, remove the Sword of Earth. Put it back on your defender.
How can I help you?
Don't have enough money. How dare you?
Looking for something? How can I help you?
Okay, it's getting all of that fully repaired up. And now we
Hello. Will you be staying with us tonight?
stay in a standard room. Standard. Save the game. Look at that, we made it all the way back to file 1 again. Okay. Let's go to Ifmis. Everything's darker than it was before. Alright, gotta go cavern. we have admittedly looped back a lot of times. Oh. Nope, I'm going the wrong way. But it's still fun that we managed to loop back one more time. I wanna celebrate. Anywho, we're now in this place. Which is supposedly where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, okay. That's a lot of doggos. Oh my god! Hello everyone! Welcome.
This must be the entrance.
Oh my god, it's World of Warcraft. Oh wait, no, too many birds. Fuck you, Jewel Beast. This is the end of the game. You don't actually fight Sadowin. I'm lying. Welcome to Quietus. So apparently, yep, that's a nice truth right there. The enemies do not chase you in here. So I can just kind of move carefully and avoid everything. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, thank you very much, Ardib L. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but thank you very much for the follow. Okay, so there are... yeah. I think the implication with that movie map is actually that the minions of Sadouine are traveling down the new road. And marching upon places, rather. Anyway, there are treasures here, but those treasures are not very good. They're like all potion things, so I'm not going to worry about them. And also they're guarded by powerful enemies. Artable. Ah, understandable. Well, welcome and thank you.
Friend. How do you fare?
I don't know, who are
Not
you?
well, my friend, but I cannot lie still in bed. What tidings do the messengers from Kujarat bring?
They have come to seek help in defense of Estamir. I too had received word that countless monsters were making their way along the new road.
Making their way?
Long have we been at enmity with Kujarat. What course of action do you propose?
Estamir has done us no wrong. The Dominion has a responsibility to protect her. To this end, Kujarat shall have our aid. Heinrich, will you defend our homeland in my absence?
Though the offering be paltry, all that is mine I give to your support. Raphael, I expect complete cooperation on your part.
No. He will serve us best by setting off for Crystal City. We must get word to Rosalia. They too will be obliged to send their share of troops. Our chances of quelling the monsters are naught if they fail us.
I am prepared to battle at your side, Lord Theodore. Please allow me this honor.
That
Listen,
one's
my
Liam
lord,
O'Brien.
I need one messenger to Rosalia more than 100 at my side. We live or die by their answer.
Father,
Like, I'm not
I
even making
beseech
jokes
you,
that time. I'm
take
pretty sure that was
Raphael
actually
to
Liam.
Estamir. Please consider his resolve to serve at your side. As for Rosalia, I shall go in his stead.
I mean, this is true as well.
Constance,
Everyone in this game is Liam
Have
O'Brien.
you the rhetoric to persuade Prince Neidhart?
I have an egg.
I consider the prince to be a wise man. In a crisis of this magnitude, I trust he will grasp the gravity of the situation at once.
Constance, make preparations immediately to set sail for Rosalia. Heinrich, will you assist me in readying our forces?
Certainly.
I'd like...
Constance must make haste, yet hurry not your goodbyes.
I do appreciate that they're doing this, though, because it's much nicer, I feel like, in this particular instance, to be like, aw.
Raphael, no words of final farewell, for I know that all will fare well with us. We shall meet next in Estamir.
You are right, my sweet. Be swift and be safe. Bring us a host of men from Rosalia.
Yes, dearest. And you hold off the hordes at Estamir till we arrive.
I know who they are. I mean, I at least know who Constance is. She gave us a key. Anyway, I do appreciate the game doing that, though, in this particular instance, because, like, yes, we are the heroes saving the world in the long run by fighting God himself. Or, I guess, you know, the Satan's equivalent, technically. But it's showing that, like, yes, the other people in this world aren't twiddling their thumbs. They are actively preparing to fight back and help defend the world as well. And I like that feeling of just kind of a camaraderie to things. Be like, hey, yeah, everyone's in this because the world is in danger, and it's not just like, well, we're just gonna sit here and be like, fuck everything, save the world, chosen one. And a big part of that is because it's not a Chosen One story as well. If they were a Chosen One story, it's like, well, whatever. It's expected, kind of, you know, for the world to be like, only the chosen one can save the day, so we're just gonna kind of try to live life like normal. Okay, there's the fish. I don't like that the ground is kind of squishing when I step. Yeah, makes exactly. Although I do appreciate Majora's Mask's inability. Like, everyone is like, yeah, they're twiddling their thumbs because they are actively denying the existence of this terrible evil that's going to crush down upon them. Oh, look, it's an evil thing. He's got one of those treasures I don't care about. Because it's not like it's powerful equipment. It's just dumb stuff.
The fighting will go fierce when the remainder of their army rallies round. All rests with Constance and her powers of persuasion.
Constance, I wish you Godspeed.
Oh no! Raphael, Romance and SaGa. This is, yeah. Yep, voiced by Liam O'Brien in the remake. So saith the wiki, and not just, whatever you call it, IMDb. Squish, 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 squish. Ah, tonsils. I'm just gonna squeeze past you, thank you. I'm also genuinely appreciative of the fact that, like, the game isn't forcing me to fight all these enemies. Not that there's been a ton of them here, but, like, there's the evil guy with the treasure. And I believe once we reach floor 4, things will start chasing us. Because, like, there are enemies here in case it's like, oh, yeah, I actually need to, like, still grind some more or whatever, or get some more abilities. But if you're like me and have pretty much taken care of all that, hopefully, it won't matter.
The knights are en route to Estamir in response to Kujarat's plea for assistance.
This is basically just SaGa Frontier 2 again now.
Could you possibly send Rosalian soldiers to help defend the city? The crisis is grave indeed, and beyond political considerations, threatening us all.
Brave messenger, Rosalia too is ready to come to Estamir's aid. We will forget our disputes with Kujarat. However, I cannot predict what the Empire will see fit to do.
The Empire is too preoccupied with disturbances in Melvir to present a threat to you.
It seems the Duke of Loban still commands the best of the Imperial forces. Now that Isthmus Keep has been forsaken, I cannot ignore his presence and leave Rosalia vulnerable.
Your Highness! That would mean certain doom for Estamir and the Dominion. It is inconceivable to me that a man of your convictions could stand idly by while the world perishes and the innocent die.
Oh, hi, Diana.
Brave messenger, I will send word to the Emperor and ask him to withdraw his troops. You have my word that I will send help to Estamir as soon as the Duke of Loban pulls back.
You have our deepest gratitude. I shall take the message to the Emperor myself.
You are in no condition to go. Have no fear. I will send a messenger on our swiftest steed.
I mean, maybe if you were not wearing that weird outfit, you could have traveled better. I mean, it's not really practical for travel, is what I'm saying. Veiny. Ah, it's moving. I don't like it. Ah, so meaty. I keep quick saving out of just fear of being like, I need to keep doing it. Just gotta keep doing it.
Do we stand a chance?
Not unless troops from Rosalia come to engage the monsters from the rear. The
Smirk
castle
emoji.
walls will probably hold, but our soldiers are pinned down on the north side, and the knights are struggling to hold the south. If Sarowin revives, this will be the least of our worries.
Oh no, the butthole in the sky. Is that Sarowin? Is he just a bird? Or was he this entire dungeon? Are those his gonads, maybe? Oh, hi.
The time has finally come.
Why are you wearing a
How
tie?
often in these past 1,000 years have I recalled my battle with Mirsa? It was my only
How
loss.
did you get dressed up for this occasion?
A god defeated by minuscule mortals. For 1,000 years I have borne this shame. But my vindication is at hand. I shall bury you and prove that my loss was nothing more than Allure's vile trickery. I shall rid myself of this stain and be restored to my former glory.
Are you really a god? I was starting to feel sorry for you for a minute there. You can't go around blaming others for all of your woes. I think you'll find that if you open up your heart a little, people will be more receptive.
You dare to lecture me? You who are no more than the puppet of Allure dancing on the end of a string?
Excuse me, I have a chainsaw, you know.
Maybe you're right. I am a puppet. But even if I am, I don't mind. All in all, it's been a fine life for me. Nobody can say I didn't have a great run.
That honestly is an Alessi mindset right there.
I have my regrets. Even so, the good in my life has made the hardships worthwhile. Not that I have any plans for ending it just yet.
You think you can defeat a god?
Oh, what a grand and intoxicating innocence.
Well, all right. I'll humor you and myself just this once.
I'm not ready yet. Oh, I'm too curious. I'm not ready yet. Okay, it's just, we can just do another quick save right here in the midst of everything. No. We don't need it. But let me also just re-verify all my things. Yep, this is my, my dumb equipment. It's gonna be what I'm using. I'm not changing anything at all, so okay. Okay, but let's do the thing. Bring it on, darling. That is a rather powerful looking sword.
I can't save the world. I may not even be able to save myself, but I've got to stay and fight.
Okay. Step 1, Weapon Blessing. Step 2, Aegis. Step 3, Deadly Spin. Step 4, Gust Blade. Step 5, where is it? Oh, actually, we do have Insight. No, we'll do the Gust Blade. Insight. Here we go. Let's get ruined. Okay, so that's what a level 3 of that looks like. That's cool. Oh, because you got a sword, so you can deflect. Alrighty, that was a pretty big hit on Alessi, that's fine.
If my magic works against gods,
How strong could they be?
Oh, I love that mindset. Alrighty, another guest blade. It's technically stronger, but I like the things I can do with these better. So let's stick with, yeah, let's go with this. Yeah. Oh. Deflected, bitch. Okay, so let's get a weapon blessing going on for Gwelaha. You can now set up another Aegis for Freyle there.
Sorrowin, our creator. Why do you have to make war?
Ah, poor Gwelaha. Double vertical. Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, that was something. Damn your deflection. Damn your deflection. Well, luckily everyone's set up there, so we can just go ahead and do the Heelys. No, you can at least do that.
Time to weather the big storm. Batten down the hatches.
Pirate talk. Oh, that's not good. Hydration obtained. Okay, we can't Moonbeam because we are not powered up for that. So how about you defend? You can afford to do one. No, we still need to do damage as well.
Lamar, I know you are with me in spirit.
Okay, I can't. I got 2 people down. We cannot do damage this turn. We need to heal. Come on, guy. You gotta keep doing this empty glimmer shit. Something tells me this is gonna hurt. Yeah. Interesting that a full power water blast causes poison. Damn deflection. Alrighty, we can get away with that.
I see you still have some fight left in you. Your bark may have a little bite after all.
Okay, I don't like you talking to me. I can do without that. Aegis on. Okay, Frele should have one. Miriam had one, but it's probably gone now. God damn your empty glimmer. I mean, it seems like other things seem to indicate like the Flame of Life stuff is potentially actually a pretty strong way to go about things and maybe a better plan. But it seems kind of weak to me. Like it's good to help mitigate damage, but from in my experience, it's like, okay, great. He did, 200 damage to me, and I heal. Flame of Life heals 50. It's just not sustainable that I've been able to tell. Not very well, at least. Fuck! I'm confused by Frele still standing with not much damage on them. I must have healed them and didn't realize. I must have healed them afterwards, okay. That's fine, that's whatever. Got it. Understood. Fuck you. I can use something that costs 3 and still have enough. Yeah, you've spent all the stuff again. Okay, and Death does remove the weapon blessing. Got it. Understood. That's fine.
Let her rip.
There we go. Yep. Welcome to Form 2. Darling, is your bottom half just made out of just magical ore? Boy, oh boy. Triple Dragon. Hell yes, Aegis someone. I don't know who I've used Aegis on. Unless you should have an Aegis. Fraley probably doesn't anymore. If she did to begin with. Crane Princess Insight. Gustblade. That. I didn't want to see your crack, man. We are doing not nearly as much damage as I would like. I wasn't paying attention to what just happened. I blinked and then something happened and I'm like, wait, what? Alright, to heal up Miriam. Heal up Fraley. I want 3, so double vertical. I want 3, so double vertical. I want 3, but I can't. I could use Grasshopper. Oh wait, no, I only need 2 with you. Because we can then use Shimmering Slash. So... Actually, we're going to use just a regular Hue, because maybe we can deflect a little bit, just slightly better. Eh! Ow. Okay, Gualaha. Defend. Gustblade. Gustblade. Shimmering Slash. Oh, you're casting the thing. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Shimmer! Oh, Rain of Blades. This is going to hurt. Yeah, the music's great.
I'm through warming up. Now, let's do it for real, shall we?
Don't tell me that, Lucian. Oh, I would recommend playing other SaGa games. Except for Unlimited SaGa. Don't play that unless you want to pain. Yeah. SaGa Frontier on Steam too. Oh, what is this? Okay. I don't like this one either. We've done this one before. Okay. It's the one that I can't tell how strong it is because it's a lot of little hits. Okay. Miriam. Defend. Gualaha. Gust Blade. Captain Silver. Good. Ooh. Oh, thank God for the shield. Sure. Starting to shake a leaf. My mind on who to do the heal. Alessi. Get a triple dragon in there. Aegis on Frele. Does she already have Aegis? I don't know. There's the Rain of Blades. Alright, good. It was indeed weaker. Jackablade. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Gwalaha has been removed from the battle, hasn't he? Or is he still there and just petrified? Okay. We can fix that. I don't think so, no. The Rain of Blades with only 2 towers. Not too bad. Alrighty. There are many systems involved, and no, it's only a soldering. I mean, there are things involved, which is basically, to put it simply, those pillars that I'm destroying by doing damage to them. They are affecting the battle in general. But, yeah. But then there's also, like... yeah, correct. Oh, I mean, there are also things where it's like, you know how we have different, you know, the different modes, attack, trick, and defense? They all do different things to other people using attack, trick, and defense. And it's kind of like a paper, rock, scissors to an extent, and I have no idea when anyone is in whatever mode with whatever they're doing. So that's why sometimes my abilities will be like, oh, it's like even on those regular enemies, like, oh, look at that, it's doing like 100 damage in this attack, and then it does 300 to 400 next time. Pretty much, yeah. That's new.
How can this...
That's not a good sign.
And I guess it kind of makes sense being the machine of God and all. Alright, that's the thing that was going to happen. I don't actually know what to do about that. That's not good. No, I can't. I guess possibly just let Alessi die again. Because that didn't do it. God damn it, Alessi, stop healing him. I mean, probably.
We're down, but not out.
Okay, there goes Alessi. Also Miriam, great. And there goes Willaha. Fucking goddamn it. This is gonna hurt because we were not able to break pillars. Okay. This is fine.
No.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Yeah, I anticipated your goddamn fucking animate dead. I was just hoping it wouldn't come to this. I was hoping you're gonna keep trying to do that, though. No, what are you comboing?
Hey, no falling down on the job there.
In rare instances,
Oh my god, we got a benediction.
the devoted are blessed by a miracle from their patron god. This is known as a benediction.
Light be upon you.
So much for, not interfering, huh? Oh good, it missed. I did jack shit. Oh boy. Thank you for continuing to attempt with her. I don't know what I would have done if you took over Guelaha. Okay, back to, we got 6 going on? Yeah, Dragon Tail sounds good. That was not very good. Never mind. Yeah, a little bit. Probably would have been better to give the Moonstone to someone else who has more life points, but she seemed the most expendable of my people. Oh yeah. Yeah, at that point, definitely. It's because it's necromancy. Of course, the problem with letting the Lessie die and stay dead like that, though, is the Lessie is my main healer. Gonna regret this, but okay.
If you beg for your life, I might consider sparing you.
Darling, a word of advice.
No thanks.
Okay, I was gonna say fuck you, but that works too. Okay, we should now be pretty much okay-ish. Because he's going to keep trying to reanimate Frele, and he can't. And so we can help with Alessi. With the other characters, we can start actually getting our HP back up and, you know, doing things like more damage per turn. I forgot who I targeted with that, so okay, there we go. Pulverize. Healing water there. I think so, yeah, probably. So we have 2 Rain of Blades left, more or less. Okay, we broke our axe. That's fine. I would hope so, but at the same time, we actually haven't been doing a lot of damage, and he's been getting healed for a while. So who knows? I'll do that one again.
It will not end like this. I will take you down with me.
Oh, interesting. That was actually really cool that it's like he's going to do his attack, but it was actually the game's done. Fuck. Up, we're dead. Ah, Gualaha, you're petrified again. It'll... Perhaps that benediction... That benediction, the law...
Saroween has been defeated. Victory will be ours as well.
Dearest Constance, I shall see you again.
The enemy refuses to retreat.
Their leadership falters and confusion reigns. The monsters continue to attack instinctively.
Well, of
Perhaps
course.
Sarowin's defeat came too late. Prepare to withdraw!
If they're just attacking...
Just a moment, sir. Someone comes from the northeast. Could it be the Rosalian army? What? A knight in black armor leads
Yeah,
them.
probably. I like to think, considering he tried to use it on Frele, I'd like to think that his benediction was also necromancy, so the Moonstone prevented it.
Has Neidhart himself brought his troops? Then our position is secure. Let us leave the Rosalian army to defend the castle, while we head south to assist the knights there.
And the withdrawal?
Prepare instead for victory celebrations.
The power of anime. Constance.
Sarowin has abandoned us once again. Perhaps it is time to accept our destiny and walk together with the Hotbloods.
Alrighty.
Mr. Minstrel, our volunteer brigade sure helped, huh?
No, not really.
That's right. You certainly did a fantastic job helping the adventurers. I must say, you are a small but noble bunch.
I mean, I suppose I did learn things from them, but... So is there actual world peace, or are these nations all going to go to war with each other again in a hot second?
Thank goodness. We made it through the crisis unscathed.
True.
Your parents must have been watching over us.
You're probably right. We better clean up our act from now on to show our gratitude.
Her parents are terrifying. Yeah, see the terrifying butterflies. Those were her parents. They are poisoning
Alas,
you.
the honorary knight returns not. Ah, what fresh hell have the gods in store for us?
I do not believe the same fate awaits us as before. The situation is different, and so must be our destiny.
Oh, Yukam, god of the sea, please forgive our mother and brothers.
All right. Let's get back home.
Submarine is also dead now? Oh, hey, it's...
Hard to believe that adventurer pulled it off. But Sarowin is partly to blame.
That's
His
Liam O'Brien.
attachments to this world became his undoing. If the gods cannot live without their own world, then they will have their troubles too.
I'm still annoyed that he couldn't be a party member.
O great Mother Nisa, we give thanks for your protection against calamity. Great Mother, please grant eternal rest to those brave souls who perished.
Yep, it's like I always said. Dancers ought to be sticking to dancing.
You got that right, buddy. Beautiful girls got no business fighting.
Fuck you.
Yeah, they gotta leave the fighting to us young brutes and the old coots.
Fuck you.
You got that right, buddy. Beautiful girls, the drinks are on me.
I don't get it. How come they go off to fight? Is she nuts?
You got that right, buddy. And nuts to Sarween and nuts to Elor too.
You gonna cry, Alor? You gonna cry, right there, little Tia?
You will see her again. And she'll dance once more.
Credits. Which means I get to state my statements about things. I really enjoyed the game. Like all the sagas. Far too many systems that are not explained or like half hidden and things like that. So I'm really glad I played through it with having the guide open beside me and freaking doing my studying and stuff. Because I feel like I would have quit halfway through. Potentially. It would have at least not been nearly as satisfying. I probably would have been bored with a lot of it if I didn't do that. Because I would have been like, I don't know where anything is or what we're doing. I can't get the party members I want. Meh. It's all dumb. But yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I can understand that. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and... I should have done this a little sooner, but we're going to go ahead and be like, hey, volume mixer, lower the volume of this further. Because as much as I love this song, it is... It gets triggered by the copyright thing, and then I end up having a silent section. Oh, yeah. There are luckily... one guide. There are 2 or 3 guides I feel like I found that were useful. One was the smithing guide. One was the guide I've been following that just basically was like, here's the list. It has more things to it, but I was using it for like, here's just a list in order, like in quest numerical order of all the quests, and here's how you do them, and here's the failing conditions for them and things like that. Which that's how we actually got looking through it, with exception to things that we missed due to being, we missed things. Nope, it's changed. Okay, I can bump that back up. Okay. Back to where we were. Anyway, but, looking through the quest list, like we had a fair few earlier quests of sorts that were like, hey, you can't do this after you hit a certain ER. So like we had a handful of those that we didn't get, and that were kind of sort of plot related to some of the other things we've done. But by and large, we actually did a lot, like a fair chunk, probably the majority of the quests in the game. And that makes me happy because, yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna... it's one of those things like Romancing Saga 2 and everything, and Romancing Saga 3 even, where it's like, I would love to come back to it someday, and it's because then play through it again with a different character and, you know, doing a different kind of focus and stuff, but there's just a very high chance that it's not going to happen just because I have so many other things to do. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Well, good. But, yeah, but we did the important quests, like getting Frele, who was the MVP. Oh, Frele, Guelaha, and Captain Silver. They were worth their weight in gold and usefulness. Considering that Alessia and Miriam were, you know, not with me for most of the fight. I'm just also glad that my usual Saga plan worked properly, where it's like, hey, everyone is exactly MVP by being dead. Everyone have a healing spell because it's a Saga game. That definitely paid off for us. Even though some of the, like Freyla was terrible at healing, but it still was enough. Oh. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. And I am very happy that I was actually of level, and the game was challenging, like, all through it, with exception to the Jewel Beast, because fuck him. Like, the game, it's like bosses and things like, hey, this boss is a challenge. But, you're playing, pretty smart, you're playing pretty cautious, so, congratulations, you didn't die. Because I think we had one, like, not counting the fights that just went fucking tits up. I don't think we really had any fights that were like, oh, well, we're entirely fucked. We had hard fights that, like, I was stressed out with, and it seemed like we were going to be fucked, but then we pulled it out, so it's like... Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I knew there was something. And yeah, that situation was there when we ran into that first minion. But yeah, like I said, we left, came back better prepared, and it worked out okay. So I feel like that was. I feel like a lot of this particular saga's difficulty comes from the fact that so much is hidden, but it becomes a very worthwhile, enjoyable experience when having the guides with you, like just coming in prepared, in some way or another. Which means, when we get to SaGa Scarlet Graces, that's going to be a bit of an uncertainty there, because I don't necessarily want to do the same thing again. I don't know. I did take a glance at the characters, nothing more than just looking at their pictures and stuff on the wiki, purely because I had a curiosity, and it proved true. There are no beastmen in that game. There are no beastmen at all, and that makes me sad. Like, why even play? I mean, there might be NPCs or whatever, like playable characters. It's all human. Yeah. I mean, spoilers, but that's the kind of thing you're supposed to come into these games knowing. It's kind of like the Twitter "Can you pet the dog" or whatever. It's like, does this game contain furries? If yes, good. If no, you missed an opportunity. Do we have a nice fancy splash screen? Oh, I'm gonna have to save. Oh. Uh-huh. What? I can't believe we have a Marvel post-credit scene. Is that Purgatory Tower? Do I have to fight 20 bosses now? No, it's just the ending of SaGa Frontier 2. Okay. It's just SaGa Frontier 2 again. I mean, it's not exactly the same, it's just No, I might be thinking Romancing Saga 3. I'm thinking Romancing Saga 3. I mean, those are really pretty places. Minstrel Song is a remake of the very first SaGa Frontier, yes. Sorry, not SaGa Frontier, Romancing Saga. And Romancing Saga 3 is what I meant, not... I think it's Romancing Saga 3, not SaGa Frontier 3. Because that's not a game. Oh my god, the party! The isthmus, it's full of water! But was it all a dream? Or is this Allure's benediction finally kicking in? Yes, stare poignantly at the castle. That would probably be a little more poignant with some of the other characters. That's what it was. Yeah, benediction went to the future. Allure knows. Allure knew that we needed Freyla to be dead. Until now. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I figure. Ah, yes. Akitoshi Kawazu. God. Oh. But yeah, Barbara sitting there staring at this was just kind of like, okay, well, I guess that was a thing. I'm not sure what just happened. But hey, yay! We did it! Oh, and it makes me feel good to finish a game and be like, that was just a really satisfying experience. Like, I mean, part of the reason we ended it too was like I was starting to be like, you know, I'm just feeling ready to end the game, and then we did, and it feels good. That is not a game I'm able to play, because that is a Vita game, and I cannot stream a Vita game. Oops, still going. It's tempting, depending on exactly what happened.
Hey, you there. Yes, you.
Yes, me.
So, are you a man or a woman? Are you young or perhaps a little more distinguished? I suppose it doesn't matter. Thank you for making this whole adventure a fun one.
Well, thank you for that.
I'm sure you'll like the others. They're a little bit quirky, but a charming bunch. So go on. Try helping one of them. Have fun.
Oh, that genuinely is encouraging to try to play it some more. I'm not going to, for reasons already stated. And is Dissidia 12 a PSP game? I mean, either way, point being, I don't have the means to do so. But I thought that one was, I thought it was Dissidia. The first one was on PSP, then it went to the Vita for the next one, but I'm probably mistaken. Yes, I will save, just in case. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. As you said, Humbug. It's a game that would have been adored as a kid with all the time in the world. This is what makes it the most perfect, though. Because we're going to be making the next save file as we always do. Which means our truest save file is the save file we started with. Because we started on save file 2. Oh, it's so perfect. Lord provides, yes. Ah, it's good to see that time's completed right there. No, we already did so. I'm done.